Kansas City. The morning grind with N9ne. Good morning, Brian and Shay.
How you doing?
I'm kicking it like a donkey, man. I'm sitting at the front of my bus in my pajamas in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Send me a pic.
Send me a pic, okay. Here you go. Hold up.
Shay, you know he got a song called Areola, so he might ask you to send him a pic.
He might get one back.
Me looking out the window, I ain't about to send her nothing of my body.
A Kansas City King is in this thing. N9ne out on the Asin9ne Tour is definitely a goal, pulling into the Midland this Saturday night.
Yes. It's winding down. This is our last 4 shows out of 56 or 57.
Yikes.
Something like that.
Tech, you're gone at least like, I don't know, 200 days out of the year. I'm just guessing at that. What are the differences with Kansas City shows as opposed to a LA show or a Denver show?
It started in Kansas City, man. The technicians started in Kansas City. You know what I'm sizzling? And it just spread abroad. Now, Denver's crazy. You know, Seattle is crazy. Las Vegas is crazy. Denmark is crazy. Paris is crazy. But you got people coming from those places to see a Kansas City show because the energy is different. Every word, man. And the KC Mo role is like louder than ever.
That's just like a little humble flex right there when you start running down all of the cities that you hit up.
That was a definite flex. Although it was loud in Kuwait when I went there on the USO tour. Kuwait was popping and Amsterdam is popping. Amsterdam kind of felt like Kansas City, but it's nothing like Kansas City. That's another flex.
Tech, you know you help craft the blueprint for independent artists. You've got a song with one of the most successful independent artists, Russ. And we're going to be playing some of your new music. It's an exclusive that you wanted to premiere here on The Morning Grind with Shay Shyne. So talk to us about this new one with Russ called No Seams.
Man, okay. So it started last year. We went to St. John to visit some of our people that are from Kansas City but have a house out there. Spencer and his whole family, Spencer Cheney, you know what I'm saying? So while we were out there, they took us to this beach. It was kind of like 8 o'clock at night. It was like karaoke spot. And when you're sitting on the beach at night, you're getting bit up by these bugs, but you can't see them. And we're like, we don't know if these are mosquitoes. What's going on? And the people on the island, they said, there are no seams. Because you know see them. You know what I mean? So when I got back home and I was working on Asin9ne, I'm like, oh man, I got this beat and I want to talk about how people be talking all crazy online, but when you go out in the world, we no see-ums at all. So facts. You know what I mean? We no see-ums at all. No matter where I go, I can go to Gates on 12th Street, no see-ums. I can go to I'm talking about I can go all the way to Go Chicken Go and KCK and no see-ums.
Talking to N9ne. You like the way I do that?
Man, you did it really good. I might need to take notes from you because since way back in the day when I first started doing that, I kind of got a little bit weaker with it. N9ne? Yeah, I like that one.
Your music journey, you need an unsung, Tech, seriously, because you were with Perspective Records back in the day. You done dealt with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. You done dealt with Quincy Jones. Your first studio album, The Calm Before the Storm, came out in '99, and one of my favorite songs from your catalog, Now It's On, was on there. R.I.P. Lee Joe. Tech, do you think you get the respect that you deserve now?
Well, the thing is, B Shining, it's never enough in life, period. So, no. But it's all good, man, because I've done so much work, the work speaks for itself. I ain't tripping when they ain't putting me on the Mount Rushmore of Kansas City. I ain't tripping, man. I understand, man. I've been in it for a long time. People act like they don't see me, but whenever they go out of town and they tell somebody where they from, first thing they say is N9ne.
You know this.
Patrick Mahomes.
Tech, who's on your Mount Rushmore Kansas City rappers?
Rich the Factor, Dun Dilla the Popper, and Vel Bacardi, man. These are people that's done work over the decades, though.
Yeah.
I ain't seen Vel Bacardi put out nothing in a long time, and I heard he's still putting out music. I just ain't seen him because he moved to Lincoln, Nebraska or whatever. But, you know what I mean? He was doing it before me when I was dancing. Popper, people act like they don't see him, but he's the Kansas City chairman. Man, whenever I call him the Oracle. Whenever I'm on tour and something's going on in Kansas City, I call the Popper. But that ain't got nothing to say about his music, because his music, since the Veteran Clique back in the day, till the day we worldwide and everything before it and after, and his brother DJ Fresh with the 50 MCs, you got to know the work the Popper has done over the years, not only in Kansas City either. He's out here on tour, popping up on my tour out here doing our new song called N9ne. And he got people in Atlanta, he got people in Arkansas, he got people. He's going to be here tonight in Tulsa.
He's active.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. He's hooking me up with the young MC called Smacks, who won that contest that y'all had. I forgot what it was, with Lil Ava and all them were performing, and King D and all them, you know what I'm saying? Smacks is here, and the Popper's making that happen today in Tulsa. His music alone puts him up there, you know what I mean, next to me and Rich will tell you the same thing about the Popper. Because I know that Court Dog has said that he don't belong up there. I just don't think that Court Dog and that's family, Court Dog don't recognize what Popper's done outside of Kansas City as well, you know what I mean? But I've been tuned in. I don't take away from all the new MCs like Two Gun Kiwi and Marley Young and DV and Nabe Manjo, which is another good one, you know what I'm saying? So if you want to go streets, you can talk to Rilla Dilla about it, you know what I'm saying? Because he's the one posted it, you know what I mean, on Facebook.
Let's talk about this next song, N9ne. It's called Too Good, with Lil Wayne and one of my favorites, Moo Fresh. She is so freaking talented. How did that come about?
Oh my God. Y'all gonna play Too Good?
Yeah.
That's right.
That is my baby. When I got the beat, it reminded me of like a Sade feel. But they said Sade don't do music with rappers or hip-hop artists. I don't know if that's true, but I heard that that's what happened. But I heard Nas might have had one with her. I don't know. They said that I wasn't going to get that. So, Moo Fresh, I just think she's such a quasar, man, when it comes to music and harmony and octaves and even bussin', you know what I mean? I tried to get her to rap on this. She said, nah, I ain't trying to do that with you and Wayne. But then she sent me a verse after she said, I ain't want to do that with you and Wayne, you know what I mean? She sent me a verse. I was mad because it was too late to add it, you know what I mean? Because of the deadline. I'm like, Moo, you should have gave me the verse. Moo was a quasar. And when I hit Wayne up and I said, man, I got this song, man, it's talking about too good for our own good, you know what I mean, lyrically and musically, man. And he said, send it. And he sent it back and he gave me a monster verse. And I'm so in love with it, man.
We're talking to N9ne this morning on the Morning Grind with Shay Shyne. The Asin9ne Tour happening this Saturday. If you don't have your tickets, get online and take care of that.
That's right.
Yeah, man. People are coming from all over the world, man. They want to see a Kansas City show. So Kansas City, you got to be on.
Tech, what words of encouragement do you have for other Kansas City artists that's kind of looking at you, following in your footsteps for the past 20 years? What is something that they have to do that they might not know right now?
I'm going to give everybody that's listening a jewel that me and my bus driver were talking about this morning. We were talking about mind control, you know what I mean? What I would say to everybody that's doing what they do, whatever profession it is, what the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Everything that you can think into existence, like the book Think and Grow Rich, that quote is from Napoleon Hill.
Yes.
Everything that I thought for this tour, how I wanted to come out of the TV like the movie The Ring, that was my intro, and how people were going to kill me in the screen, and then they throw me in the water, and I come up out of it 9 days later, and I come through the screen, and that's how I entered the stage. That's how I did this whole 57-city tour, because I thought it. And people paid to come see it. Think and Grow Rich. What your mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve.
I read somewhere that you're friends with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. When the last time you talked to him?
How did that happen? You know how that happened? My mind conceiving and believing. I wrote Riot Maker in 05, but it came out in Ever Ready 06. And since then, he's been tuned in to my music because he loves Riot Maker. I said something about Hawaii and Samoans in there, you know what I mean? And he's like, oh my God, he's talking to me. So years and years later, I'm in LA just chilling, doing my rounds. When I'm on the way to the airport with a couple of hours to spare, my Hollywood people who've been trying to get me in movies forever, you know, they got me in The Devil's Carnival, you know what I'm saying, Part 2, and they got me with Danny Trejo. You know, throughout the years, my Hollywood people have been trying to get me to do movies. So they was with me and it was like, hey, Tech, man, The Rock is shooting ballers at this house, man. He wanted to know if you'd come by before you got on the plane. I'm like, huh? me and Travis was together. So I got on the set, and me and Travis was waiting. As he's shooting, we can see them shooting the scene. It's crazy. And he just comes in there all big, like, oh, man, I've been waiting to meet you. I was like, look who's talking. And I was coming out with another record. Maybe it was N9ne or something. I don't know what it was. And I gave it to him first, and then we put it on Instagram and everything, and at the end of it, he said, we're going to do something. I just don't know what we're going to do. So when I was doing Asin9ne, I got this beat, and I said, I need to get my new artist, ISO, and Joey Cool on a song, and I chose this beat that 7 had did. I did my verse, sent it to Joey. Joey sent it back. He murdered it. And then I sent it to ISO. I said, boom, okay, ISO. And ISO obliterated it. So I was playing it for my Uncle Ike in the car. And he said, what you going to do on that last little 8 bars? I said, I don't know, man. Just talk some stuff or something. And he said, won't you get Conor McGregor or something on it? And I was like, the Irish dude? You know what I'm saying? He's like, yeah. And I said, I don't know, homie. Bing! I'm going to call Big Uso. So I hit Big Uso in the DM. DM be working for me. I don't know if it worked for everybody else, but it be working for me. I hit DJ. You know how many followers he got. He ain't even got to pay attention to his DM. I hit him and say, yo, brother, you said we was going to do something. I think I found it. This is the song, da-da-da-da-da-da. And I said, all I need is an email, and I'm going to send it to you. 5 minutes later, boom, he sends me his email and his pocket number. I'm like, oh, send him the song. He called me back. He said, brother, this is it. And I said, I just need you to talk some, motivational stuff at the end. He said, no. I want to rap. We're going to do it. I'm not like, what? You want to rap? So we worked on it together, man, over the phone, man. He said he wanted to say stuff like, it's about drive, it's about power. I said, you can say that. You can start it off like that. When you stay hungry, and he added all that, Black and Samoan in my veins, my culture banging with strains. I'm like, oh, yeah, say that. So he knew what he wanted to say, dog. He is a talented individual, man. Much love to Dwayne, The Rock Johnson, man, for doing Face Off for us.
That's part of the secret sauce that is Tech, Brian. It's the excitement. If you continue being excited about what you do, it's limitless what you can achieve. Hey, little boy, it's the Kansas City King on the line with us this morning. He done took over the morning grind with Shay and Shyne. It's the morning grind with N9ne.
The morning grind with N9ne.
And he's more than deserving. I want to thank you for putting me on the Gates mixplate album. You know what I'm saying? If you need some more help, you know what I'm saying? I'm down with that.
You got to send me some beats.
N9ne, he's got those beats. He's pretty good. He's gotten better over time.
I need him. I just started Bliss right before I left on tour, man. Bliss, BLISS, my new LP, man. And when I get home, that's all I'm working on until I got to go to Canada in September and October, and then November I do New Zealand and Australia. So I'm going to have a couple of months to start on Bliss, so I'll be waiting for you to send me the beats.
You'll be getting them today. Pretty sure that Keisha Cole won't be on the next album. I just always wanted to know, is y'all relationship better now? Have y'all talked since 2008?
Nah, maybe that's a good thing because she's always in the news about something, man. I'm like, I got love for her, man. I ain't tripping. I was just butthurt that they treated me like that. You know what I'm saying? Her and Rakim at the time. Well, Rakim wasn't on that show. Rakim was on another show. You know what I'm saying? What that song was about. So we talked to Rakim, though. Rakim said he wasn't tripping. You know what I mean? So we never got to talk to Keisha Cole about it, though. I ain't just gonna run to her like, hey, baby, how you doing?
Right.
You know I got a song about you, right? and Frankie, rest her soul, she's not here to combat her part that I put in it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't say that, or I said that, or you know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't even bring it up, bro.
We're talking to N9ne this morning. I've been listening to this podcast that Nas has out called The Bridge. You've got such a big personality. It's so engaging. Have you ever thought about doing a podcast or some kind of way that we can tap in with you regularly?
I do so much Tech9ne work, I don't really have time right now to do it. But when me and Travis been talking about lessening the shows after this tour, so this will be the last tour of this magnitude, like 57 shows, 64 shows and all that. We about to cut it down to like 30 and 20 and stuff like that, major markets, you know what I mean? We've been talking a lot lately about that because it's time, you know? So with more time, yeah, I'll do something. It just got to be, I mean, if it ain't up there with $1 million worth of Game or Drink Champs or, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that, man, you know what I mean? It got to be something big. I just can't just do anything, powwow, and come up with some really good ideas for a Tech9ne podcast, you know what I mean?
We've been teasing about you flexing in all the places that you've been, but every stop has a story with it, and people want to be able to go on that trip with you.
Like this, so I'm going to tell y'all real quick. I was in New York doing my rounds some years back, you know what I'm saying, with me, my publicist at the time, Richie Abbott, and Dave Weiner, and, you know, all the execs that work with us out there. We jumped in a cab, and it was this cab driver with dreadlocks from the islands, and he was driving us to, my guy Richie was up front with him. I'm in the back in the middle with my guys, you know what I'm saying? So my guy asked him, you like rap music? He's like, yeah, man, I like rap music, man. You know, I like Waka Flocka. And he's like, yeah, that dude back there, man, he is the biggest independent artist in the world. He's like, him? He looked at me, he turned around as he drove, he's like, him? Pointed at me, he's like, he ain't better than Waka Flocka. Kansas City, the morning grind with Tech9ne.